Alright, this is Quaz's weather forecast, and we are looking at a slight risk across the south central USA, and we are with NWS the second, who, yeah, say hi.
Hi. I'm not so I'm here to like explain like why it shouldn't be a slight risk and why Texas has like a more chance of getting this stuff. So
Well, so the slight risk is across extreme southwestern, actually extreme southern Kentucky, like extreme south Kentucky, western Tennessee, Mississippi, northwestern Mississippi, and almost all of Arkansas, extreme southern Missouri, extreme southeastern Oklahoma, and extreme northeastern Texas is in it today. For the marginal
yeah,
risk, we have Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee.
yeah.
So let's go to the tour chances. You can see how there's a 5 tour across some of the areas that I mentioned in the slate. It's just would have been the same shape. It's just that, yeah, looks more like a. Never mind. Now the wind area is where the main slight risk is, and we also have a hail threat 15.
Looks like the hail threat upgraded.
Yeah, it is a 15. It is a 15 non-sig. Anyways, let's look at models. Let's look at pivotal weather.
Yeah.
Excuse how I was on temperatures. I was kind of looking at winter weather stuff. All right, so dew points. Texas might have more moisture because it's closer to the Gulf, but here's the thing. Why is the H triple R only going to 21Z?
It looks like Arkansas gets hit, but I still believe that.
Arkansas, actually, NWS, you're wrong. And Arkansas has more moisture. You can see if I zoom all the way into, let's go regional and let's go south central. Let me go to another H triple R. Let's go to 10Z because it's gonna have more hours.
Because the 10Z model's not really.
You can see how a little cold blast initiates. You can see how dew
Yeah.
points are rising, but then they just immediately fall.
But look down there. Look at.
Well,
That's where
technically,
the moisture is.
the thing is, most of the ingredients are around Arkansas, around the Arkansas area. That's where all the
Let me
ingredients
let me
are.
scooch. Let me scooch. I'll show you. I'll show you.
Humidity is not like the big point in severe weather.
Yeah, you're right. But just watch.
Let's look at
Great.
this.
Well,
Let's
let's
look
just
at
talk
the
about humidity first. Why the frick not?
let's
Alright, let's go a little
look
bit.
at surface based Cape right now.
Alright, yeah, you're right. It'll maybe have a little bit more moisture. Alright,
As
so
you can see
for
later on in a day, let's go to here on the
oh
H
frick.
triple R. You can see how there's Cape and access up to 2,000 in this area, and
When we
Arkansas and some of the areas in the Slateries.
but notice how but I
And you
don't
can
think
see
I
how around this time the Cape rapidly goes away. That's because storms will be initiating.
but what I'm trying to say is that it's not gonna happen at the same time. Like Arkansas is gonna get hit first. Like Arkansas is gonna get hit first, but then Texas is gonna get hit next. All I'm saying is that I think Texas is gonna have a more of a chance to, blow up some storm. Mainly hail and wind. It's gonna have the
This is the main reason for the hail. This is the main reason for the hail. You can see the lapse rates around this area, right? You see how the lapse rates go up to 8. You can see lapse rates up to 8. That's for the 15%. And if this was like Oklahoma or Texas and not in Dixie Alley or near Dixie Alley, then if the 8s were in this area, we'd be seeing like 30 because it's, yeah. Anyways, let's go to bulk shear 0 to 6 kilometers. See how later on the H triple R shows shear up to 30, 40 bulk. And yeah, as soon as we're going to be taking some soundings, we're going to take 0 to 3 kilometer storm relative helicity. You can see how later on helicity blows up with SRH up to 4. Let me go over here, 507 in some areas. So yeah, SRH is going to go insane.
Sure. We hear there's been some big developments since last week.
Let's go to, we're not going to look at parameters, we're going to look at, let's look at the surface-based cape and crossover. You can see how at hour 10, which is around, actually hour at 10, which is around 20Z, which is around 3 o'clock for any of you guys. So,
any of us.
no, for you guys, 20Z is 20Z is 3 o'clock for the Eastern, but for y'all in Central, it is gonna be 2 o'clock.
Yay!
Let's look at helicity track models, because why not?
Yeah,
So
let's
this
take
is
a look.
composite reflectivity. You can see near the end at 04Z. You can see storms
Well,
initiating.
I'm talking about like when Texas gets hit. I think it's
So
gonna have,
now, let's take a sounding out of Arkansas. And I'm going to open this image in a new tab, so I can zoom, of course.
Dude, why the frick? How many? Wait, why do you have so many tabs open?
Because
This
again,
shit?
anyways, we have Cape of 512 in this area. Well, because storms are starting to initiate and it's becoming nighttime. But you can see that's just surface based. Mid-level ML Cape is up to 1085 and MU in forecasted Cape 2082. You can see how the cap at surface is negative 305. And you can see the lapse rates. I'm talking about 8s at 3 to 6 kilometers. Check these kinematics out. Kinematics are basically just the shear SRH stuff.
Yeah.
So we have shear 0 to surface 6 kilometer shear up to 41, and you have surface 3 kilometer up to 41, and surface 1 kilometer up to 38, which is pretty decent tornadoes, I'd say myself. But you can see, but the one problem with this sounding is how the hodograph. The hodograph is very small, and usually for tornadoes, you'd like to see a hodograph like this. Like that. You'd like to see a hodograph like that for tornadoes.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see like a weak spin up, maybe.
I mean, we have a 5-4. I mean, this looks like a 5-4 stuff. Maybe even low end 10. This is just based off of one little sounding.
One tiny little sounding in one tiny area.
Take soundings in this area.
Yeah. Well, it's even tinier. The freaking plots by Sharp B.
Wait. So with this new sounding we got 2,199 surface cape, but a lower cap. As you can see, let me still compare soundings.
Yeah, let's look at this.
You can see how there's EML. There's an EML with this one, but the main EML is right here, where the warm nose and the dry spike. When the warm nose and the dry spike meet up and then they just go away from each other, that's called an EML. Enhances the cap. Anyways, yeah, lower cap here. And you can see how kinematics are really not that good in this area, and the SRH is not really that good. And the hodograph is really not that well because that's just a little earlier activity. So, yeah, that's all I have to say for now. So how about NWS gives those opinions based off of the screen share? I'm screen sharing. Okay, let's give off your opinions.
Alright, so my opinion is like I'm still saying my opinion, but changed a little bit. I think I didn't really change, but I still think Texas should be getting at least like a tiny slight, because if you really think about it, I mean earlier on, I'm not talking about the same time. Earlier on, you can see that it has around 100 to 50 shear. And then if you look at, I know moisture not really, like not important, but new points are still up to, you know, and it's 75 to 6,
And that's pretty humid, 75, but that's not the main point. You need other dynamics like Cape,
yeah, and we
Risk,
just
forcing, and I'm really not seeing much forcing, which I think I might have downgraded, but yeah. Go back to what you're saying.
Yeah, I'll look at Cape. Do I look at Cape Surface?
Cape, most of us use mid-level Cape, but sometimes we surface-based, it's fine.
Okay. Alright, so if we look at the Cape, right?
Yeah.
Cape is up to 1,500 to 1,750 in Texas. It's mainly 1,250, but that's still a lot of Cape. And then if we look at wind shear, I already looked at wind shear. Dang it. If we look at, let's see, let's just look at.
You want me to go? You want me to go to what model?
Hold on. Frick, I'm taking too long. Let's just look at. Just look at winds from 500 millibars. As you can see
winds
here,
from 500 millibars. Let me go to there just so that the people can see.
yeah.
And what hour?
The hour is so it's later in the day, so it's 40 hour 42.
Oh, I'm not on hour 42. Should I go? What model are you using?
GFS.
Let me check the GFS real quick on hour 42.
I think and HRRR is also saying the same thing. So the GFS and HRRR are agreeing with each other. Kinda, yeah.
The GFS has kind of decent wind, but it really isn't showing a huge troughing, which is the problem.
I'm just saying, people that you know.
And also, so now let me give my opinion. So even though yesterday we did have some supercells across the Atlantic Ocean, yes, we had them. But today now we have a severe weather event possible. Nice kinematics, nice soundings overall. One thing that would like to be worked on is the photographs and the thermals, but remember it's December 5th, which means the events aren't gonna be, bad. Aren't gonna be what everyone wants. It's a high risk, but for me, a slight risk is perfect for me. I like to track slight risks, and also tracking marginal risks is fun. If it's like tropical tornadoes, just stay safe, even though. And one thing I'd also want to say is mainly for so I know a lot of you simp for high risks, and if you want a high risk in December, you're gonna be looking for a cold core system, and this definitely ain't cold core. Anyways, that's it for Quaz's weather forecast. I would like to see you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah.